Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we have another sneak peek day and we're taking a look at different level of troops, of heroes and defenses. And we have obviously a couple of more sneak peeks regarding the quality of life changes which we are talking today about as well. For example, you do not need to activate your hero abilities anymore, but we will get to that in a second. First off, let's take a look at the heroes. The Queen and the King will be able to get upgraded from level 65 to 70. Each level will cost 250,000 with an additional 10,000 Dark Elixir for every single level. For the Warden, it's going to be from level 40 to level 50. First level is going to be 12 million and each level is getting, the price is getting increased by 500,000. This is going to be a lot, but there's more to come. The next troop which is getting an upgrade is going to be the Warbreaker, and the Loon are getting an upgrade as well. For the Loon especially, I think it's needed because the scatter shot and all the splash damage in the base makes it really needed that those troops are getting a new level. The next one is going to the Healer, and there's a change which you can see already on the screen. It will be a difference between troop healing and hero healing. I think that's a great change because, well, now you can make sure that you're buffing or nerfing P.E.K.K.A. Smash and Queen Charges. Next troops are going to be Dragons and Electro Dragons. Those are getting a small decent buff on HP and damage, but nothing too major and not too big. Next one is going to be the Miners and Hawk Riders, and those two, I think it's really needed that they're getting another level, because once again the splash damage in the base is getting crazy. The next troop is going to be the Bowler. I'm not sure yet about that, because, well, P.E.K.K.A. Smash and Ice Bowler, Ice Golem, Witch Spam is really strong as well. I think the healer level is the heal spell level is really needed. I don't know about the skeleton spell or the jump spell, but those two spells are getting another level as well. This is how all of the new troops will look like. The Loons especially look super sick in my opinion. They're a bit shiny, purple, whatever. It looks really cool, and the dragon as well with the purple touch on the back. But I think the troop which looks the coolest has to be the Hawk Rider. It's right now hiding behind the dragons, but it will come in front in a second. And the new blue hammer looks kind of like he has now the Thor hammer in his hand. It looks really cool. Let's get to the defenses, and we're starting off with the building the Clan Castle. It gets 45 troop space from now on, which means you can basically get 3 defensive ice golems. This is going to be a freezy time. It's super annoying, but let's see. Next one is going to be the air defense. Really important building, especially against dragons and electro dragons, and I think it's an important thing that this defense is getting a level as well. The same is going to the cannon. Cannon is taking another level as well. 15 days, 40 millions. This is going to be an expensive holiday. Next one is going to be let me check in a second, the Wizard Tower. The Wizard Tower is going to be really expensive as well, but it's worth it. He's getting quite decent damage in addition to that, and we saw already in the troops that a lot of the swarmy troops are getting another level, like Miners, Hawks, Loons. So the Wizard Towers are really needed. The next level is going to be the Expo, or for the Expo, and it's super expensive. 16 millions and 16 days. This will be quite a while, but it looks really nice, and especially against Queen Chargers, it's worth it, because otherwise Queen Chargers will wreck your base. The next defense is going to be the Eagle, and that's going to be the most expensive one and the defense which is taking the longest. So save your hammer for your Eagle. 18 millions and 18 days. The next one is going to be the Inferno Tower. 17 days and 17 millions is at least 1 day and 1 million less than the Eagle, but still quite a number, and it will take probably some time. But at least that's something which you can work for, because otherwise, at the moment at least, feels like a lot of players are complaining because they're already maxed, and this time it will take some time for players for maxing out. The next one is going to be the Tesla. I don't know, not a huge fan of the look of the level 10 Tesla. The level 11 looks a little bit better, but not perfect yet. Let's see what's to come. Next thing is going to be the traps. The black, the red mine, the small bomb, and the giant bomb. All of those traps are getting a new level. I think it's really needed, once again, because most of the swarmy troops are coming in. So I think it's nice to have. And those traps, try to upgrade those with the builder potion. That's the quickest way, and do not spend any books or whatever on those traps. The next one is going to be the wall. You need 6 millions to upgrade a wall. This is going to be expensive. then you're needing obviously storages. And the storages you should put in the builder potions as well, because they're not taking too long, they're not too expensive. So I think the builder potions are the best options to make sure that you're quickly upgrading your storages so you can upgrade your defenses as fast as possible. And this is how a max Town 12 will look like. I like the look a lot. It's like a combination of Town 12 and Town 9, my two favorite Town levels, like design wise at the moment. It's a little bit dark, it is a bit more purple. It just looks super cool in my opinion. But now let's get back to one of the points which I mentioned in the beginning. Automatically use hero abilities on KO. What exactly does this mean? And is this like basically the rip, like the death of any skilled attacks? Not really. But I will show you guys what exactly does this mean. Whenever you're placing a hero and you're not using her ability, whoever hero this is, let's put the hands up to show that I'm actually not pressing the ability. It will use the ability on its own. As soon as the hero has like 1 HP, it will use the ability and you don't even have to press it anymore. Obviously you could say, yeah, Clash of Clans is getting too easy, but there are a lot of defenses in there which can kill your heroes during the ability, which means it's not like a safe option. It's not as bad as you guys think. So I think it's a decent change, especially for newer players, because you have four heroes now. It's getting really confusing. The next thing is going to be the village, which you can show in your profile. And well, let's get quickly to the decorations, because now you can put the decorations on the green grass on the outside of your village, because you do not need any longer to put them where your buildings belong to. Now you can put them next to your, well, obstacles, whatever you saved over there, like Christmas trees, Halloween things, Halloween trees, whatever you wanted. Now that's pretty cool in my opinion, and saves a lot of space in your village. In addition to that, you do not need to place any longer every single decoration in all of your bases, which means you can only place them in your home village, for example. Next thing is going to be the clan perks, especially the level 8 one, because from now on you can donate 9 troops and no longer anymore 8, because the clan castle got increased from 45 from 40 to 45, which means you need 9 troops to get donated, for example, for only loons, as an example. In addition to that, you can donate from now on 2 spells, which means if someone's asking for a freeze and a haste, you can donate that on your own now. The next thing is going to be the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. is not getting another level, but a new design. I think you guys saw it already over the week. We were allowed to show it, but we were not allowed to talk about it yet. So this is going to be the new P.E.K.K.A. I think it's quite nice because you can see him way faster in the village when you're attacking. So it's kind of nice. I'm not sure whether I like the color in general, but I like that he's easier to spot. But from now on, we're talking about a couple of more changes. And in the meantime, we have the attacks running in the background. Which means enjoy the attack in the background, and this is going to be the reason why anti-2-star bases will no longer be an option, because this army is wrecking bases, especially those anti-2-star bases. So make sure to learn this army, because it will save your 3 stars in war. But let's get to a couple of more changes. One of the first things is going to be the balance changes. Let's talk about that. There's a couple of things, especially when we're talking about farming, because Town 12 players, like the storages, are getting increased, which means, well, you can get more loot from them as well. This is a nice thing, especially when you're farming more like in Titan and stuff like this. That's a decent thing. And in addition to that, we're getting buffed multi-inferno towers, which means they're dealing 10% more damage in all level, which I think is a nice and good opportunity to get rid of most of those swarmy troops and make it a bit harder for them. The next thing is going to be the Springtrap is getting a small nerf. On level 1, it's getting reduced from 15 to 10. On the max level, it's getting reduced from 19 to an 18, which isn't like too big of a deal actually. But it's getting a small nerf. Next thing is going to be that they're increasing the giant HP, which is already kind of like a bigger change, I think, because the change is not too bad. Like around about 350 HP on a level 9 giant, that's not too bad. So I think especially like those giant witch strategies might come back, but we have to wait for that and test it on our own. The next one is going to be a minor. On level 6 is getting increased, the HP, 30 HP. It's not too much, but it's nice to have, I guess. The next one's going to be a big one, because they're decreasing the Lava Hound explode radius from 5 to 3.5 tiles. What exactly does this mean? For example, when you're doing a Lalo attack and the hound is exploding, the lava pops trigger traps. But with making the radius of the pops smaller, like the explosion radius of the lava hound, where the pops are getting like pushed away, whatever, it means they're not triggering as many traps anymore. Like tornado trap, red mines, etc. will be saved for the loons, which makes Lalo way harder. So I think it's a nice Lalo nerf, and well, without actually touching the stats of the troops. So I think it's a really nice thing, and I liked this change. The next one's going to be increase Valkyrie HP a little bit. Once again, not a big change, to be honest. The next one's going to be maybe interesting because they are actually adding death damage to the blimp, which means if the blimp is opening, then there's a death damage, which means at level 1, 1000, at level 2, 1200, level 3, 1400. It's pretty decent, not too much. Let's see how it works actually when it's live. Next one's going to be the healers. Healers are getting reduced healing on troops and getting increased healing on troops. The healing of healers on troops is getting reduced, and the healing of healers on heroes is getting increased. This is how it works, and I think it's a bit nerfed to spam and above the queen charges. I like this change a lot because I feel like spam is way too strong at the moment, so that's a really nice thing. So those were most of the changes, most of the important changes. I tried to like pick up or get you guys the most important things out there, but check out for sure the in-game information about the sneak peek because there are way more things. I couldn't list all of them actually because otherwise the video gets a little bit boring, I think, as well. I tried to show you guys as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out a little bit more about the clan recruitment improvements, make sure to read the in-game chat and the in-game notifications. Otherwise, see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and then I will see you guys tomorrow again. Until then, bye bye.